Political and administrative developments in the Ratanakosin period. The political and administrative developments during the Ratanakosin period could be divided into three sub-periods. The early Ratanakosin period, King Rama I to King Rama III, BE 2325 to 2394. The Reformation and Westernization period, King Rama IV until King Rama VIII, BE 2394 to 2475, and the Democratic period, BE 2475 to present, respectively. Those developments are as follows. The politics and administration during the early Ratanakosin period. The political and administration of the early Ratanakosin period was very stable and secure. King Rama I was able to completely control all the political power by the appointments of his royal family members and nobles to all the important and powerful departments. Like Ayutthaya, the main administrative system during the early Ratanakosin period was still the absolute monarchy, together with the concept of Dharmaraja and the divine kingship. The administration was categorized into two main groups, which were the central and the provincial administration. However, there were some minor changes as follows. The central administration. The central area of administration covered all affairs within the capital city and was under the responsibilities of high-ranking officials. Two chief ministers, Samuhanayok and Samuha Prakalahom, and the four head positions in Jatusadom consisting of Wiang, Wang, Klang, and Na were all selected by the king from the trusted member of the royal family. Those royal family members would have groups of nobles in the departments under their control. The central administration consisted of Krom Pamahathai. The Department of Interior was under the control of Praya Ratana Pipat and Jao Praya Badin Thara Desha Nushet, the chief minister, with the rank of Samuhanayok. They were in charge of the northern cities such as Pitsanulok, Kampangphet, Sukhothai, and Nakhon Ratchasima in both military and civilian affairs. Krom Prakalahom, the Department of Defense, was under the control of Praya Mahasena, who was the chief minister with the rank of Samuha Prakalahom. He controlled the civilian and military affairs of the southern cities such as Songkhla, Pathalung, Nakhon Si Thammarat, Chaya, and Phetchaburi. Gom Wiang or Gom Mueang, the Department of Civic Affairs, was headed by Praya Yomarat, who was responsible for the maintenance of peace and order of the capital city. He had authority to the judge in ruling of the juridical court in his area of responsibility. Gom Wang, the Department of Palace Affairs, was headed by Jao Praya Thammathikon, who was responsible for the organization, operation, and maintenance of the royal household and palace compound. He was in charge with supervising and organizing royal ceremonies. He also acted as the judge in the palace juridical court with matters occurred within the palace. Krom Klang, the Department of Finance, was under the control of Jao Praya Plaklang. He was responsible for the kingdom's income, the crown, and the kingdom's treasury, foreign affairs, and foreign trading. He was also responsible for all affairs of the eastern coastal cities located along the Gulf of Siam. For example, Chonburi, Rayong, Chantaburi, and Tra. He had authority to the judge in ruling of the juridical court in his area of responsibility. Kromna, the Department of Agriculture, was under the control of Praya Polathe. He was responsible responsible for agricultural matters. He was charged with collecting taxes on rice from farmers and was charged with the accumulation of the rice stock into the royal rice barn for emergency and war. Moreover, he sat as a judge in conflicts concerning rice fields, buffaloes, and cows. The provincial administration. All the cities and states were under the control of Grom Mahathai, Grom Prakalahom, and Grom Klang. However, King Rama I readjusted some responsibilities of his officials by putting all the provincial rulers under the control of chief ministers. These chief ministers in Bangkok also appointed the city panels. It increased the power of the capital in controlling its inferior cities and strengthened the kingdom's stability. The cities under the control of Bangkok were categorized into three groups: inner cities, outer cities, and vassal states. Inner cities were those located nearby and surrounded the capital. They were classified as the Jatawa ranking cities. Some examples were Chainat, Singburi, and Saraburi. Outer cities, also known as Mueang Praya Mahanakhon, were those located far away from the capital. They were divided into three main ranks of importance: Ek, To, and Tri, respectively. Some examples were Nakhon Ratchasima, Pitsanulok, and Phetchaburi. Vassal states were foreign states that had ceded their sovereignty to the Ratanakosin kingdom. The local rulers were traditionally around to rule their own states, but they must send tributes together with gold and silver trees to Bangkok on every required date. The vassal states during the Ratanakosin period included Malayu, Lana, Luang Prabang, Vientiane, Champasak, and Khmer. There were some minor changes in the administration of the vassal state. Chao Phaya Aphai Phubei then was appointed to rule Udong, Miang Chai in Khmer. The central Khmer cities of Patambang and Siem Reap were under the direct control of Bangkok. The southern vassal states such as Pattani and Terengganu were under the control of Songkhla. However, Saibuli still remained under the control of Nakhon Si Thammarat. Laws and judiciary. King Rama I ordered the revision of the old Ayutthaya laws to be done. He assigned the committee consisting of royal scribes, juries, and royal scholars to check and revise all of the former law texts and then write a new one to be more accurate and just. He assigned the royal scribes to transcribe the new law texts into 3 copies as they were stamped with the seal of Samuha Nayok, the Rajsingha, the stamp of Samuha Prakalahom, the Khajasinga, and the stamp of Chao Phraya Praklang, the crystal lotus, respectively. This new collection of law texts was known as the 3 Seals Law, or the Law of the King Rama I. He also ordered a copy of the new collection of law texts to be placed each at the royal kitchen, the royal library, and the royal juridical court. Additional laws were also declared later during the reign of King Rama II and King Rama III. For example, there were laws and prohibitions on the use, selling, and buying of opium, the anti-gambling law, as well as the laws on the procedure of arresting thieves and criminals. The juridical system during the Ratanakosin period was the same as that of during the Ayutthaya period. It was divided into 2 main sections. The first one was the governmental officials whose duties were related to the accusations and investigation of each case. The second one consisted of the Brahmins who were the law experts known as Lukhun Nasan Luang, responsible for examining examine the files and the laws pertaining to each case and making the judgment. However, they had no power to enforce the laws. If the litigants were not satisfied with the judgment, they could appeal the petition to the king himself. King Rama III ordered the installation of a big drum called Vinijaya Peri for his subjects to beat when they wanted to appeal a petition to him. The king then would assign noblemen investigating each case. Later, King Rama IV decided to change the rules for appealing the petition. He would personally receive all petitions, but only for 4 times per month. For the cases with malice, the perpetrators would be punished according to the traditional laws of slander and malicious falsehood. From the reign of King Mongkut or King Rama IV, ruling from BE 2394 to 2411 onwards, Western cultures and modern technologies had strayed into Siam as well as had influenced and threatened kingdoms surrounding Siam, including Burma, China, Malayu, Laos, and Cambodia. Being aware of Western imperialism and its threat to Siam, King Rama IV started studying English language as well as Western technologies. He also made many changes in Siamese social and cultural traditions and norms in order for Siam to be accepted as a civilized kingdom in the eyes of the Westerners. In BE 2398, Siam signed the Baring Treaty with Britain, represented by Sir John Baring. The treaty helped to widen the door to free international trade, but it had created repercussions to Siam through the reign of King Chulalongkorn, King Rama V. King Chulalongkorn had to adopt many reforms, which were inclined towards the Western cultures and beliefs because of the pressing situations of international policies at the time. Administrative reformation during the reign of King Rama V. The main factors leading to the administrative reformation during the reign of King Rama V were the threats from the Western imperialism and the need to modify the obsolete and ineffective operational system of the government. The administrative reforms starting during the reign of King Rama V were mainly to bring the administrative power back to the central ruling body and at the same time to strengthen the power of the crown. In BE 2417, he formed the Council of State and the Privy Council so that nobles could contribute their services in administrating the kingdom. The two councils became the base in supporting his administration. The very first movement for administrative reforms in Siam took place in January BE 2427, Ratanakosin era 103, when the members and staffs of the royal embassies of Siam in London and Paris sent a signed letter to King Rama V requesting some changes in the Siamese governing system. Most of them were members of royal families and nobles. King Rama V replied back that he was aware of the problem and had tried to make some changes for a while. However, there were not enough skillful and high-educated people in the kingdom at the time. This peaceful movement of the Ratanakosin era 103, led by some royal family members and nobles, showed the awareness and willingness of a small number of the Western educated people to challenge the traditional system of government. Therefore, King Rama V massively reformed the kingdom's administrative system to be more effective and efficient as follows. 1. King Rama V was aware that the work of the existing 6 departments was very confusing, overlapping, and inefficient. Therefore, in BE 2431, he added another 6 and redistributed their functions. 1. กรมมหาดไทย The Department of Interior was responsible for controlling all of the northern cities and vassal states. 2. กรมพระกลาโหม The Department of Defense was responsible for governing all of the southern cities and vassal states. 3. กรมท่า The Department of Harbor only took care of all foreign affairs. 4. กรมวัง The Department of Palace Affairs dealt only with palace-related activities and worked together with other ministries or departments that dealt with personal affairs of the king. 5. กรมเมือง The Department of State was responsible for all police work and records of the subjects as well as convicts. 6. กรมนา The Department of Agriculture was responsible for cultivation, commerce, forestry, and mining. 7. กรมพระคลัง The Department of Finance was responsible for managing taxations, the kingdom's income and expenditure. 8. กรมยุติธรรม The Department of Justice was responsible for commanding all civil, criminal, and appeal courts across the kingdom. 9. กรมยุทธนาธิการ The Department of Military Affairs was responsible for managing the Royal Army and the Royal Navy. Each would have their own chief commander. 10. กรมธรรมการ The Department of Religious Affairs was responsible for controlling and regulating Buddhist monks and monastic schools and hospitals in the kingdom. 11. กรมโยธาธิการ The Department of Transport and Communication was responsible for managing and inspecting the public and road constructions, canal digging, and other public works. It also managed the postal, telegraph, and railroad services. 12. กรมมุรธาธิการ The Department of Royal Seals was responsible for keeping all of the Royal Seals collections of law texts and other governmental documents. 2. In the year BE 2435, the king readjusted the 12 departments and chained them into ministries, and they have continued to develop to the present day. 3. In terms of reforming the regional administration, King Rama V wanted to efficiently control all cities as well as to prevent expansion of Western colonization. Therefore, the Ministry of Interior was assigned to reorganize the provincial administration in such a way that all the power was under the central body of command. The new system of government was to create a circle called in Thai as Monton. It incorporated a group of towns or cities into a unit which was a Monton. Under the Monton were a province, จังหวัด district, อำเภอ sub-district, ตำบล and village, หมู่บ้าน in descending order. 4. In terms of reforming the local administration, King Rama V made some reformations in BE 2440. He proclaimed a law which created a sanitary district system. The very first sanitary district in the kingdom was founded in Bangkok. It aimed to prevent sickness and diseases as well as to manage local communities. บ้านตลาด ท่าฉลอม Sub-district, สมุทรสาคร Province, later became ท่าฉลอม Sanitary District in BE 2448. 5. The founding of administrative councils. King Chulalongkorn founded 3 administrative councils during the Reformation period in BE 2435 as follows. 1. The Council of State had all 12 chief ministers as members. Their functions were to examine the results or problems of each ministry, to discuss matters which has been sent by the crown or ministers of a particular ministry, and and to review laws and regulations. 2. The Privy Council was established in BE 2435. It served as the private counselors of the king in reviewing petitions sent to the king from his subjects. This council itself did not possess any significant roles in the administration of the kingdom. 3. The Legislative Council was established in BE 2437. It was tasked with the functions of legislation. The Legislative Council consisted of two different types of members. The first one was the ministers themselves or their representatives, and the second ones were those appointed by the king. The three administrative councils of the kingdom had made absolute monarchy, which had served as the administrative system of the Siamese government for a long time, became more efficient. The result of the administrative reforms during the reign of King Chulalongkorn. 1. The administrative reforms made Siam to become a de facto nation state. It became a fully united kingdom with a clear administrative system of government and an effective control of its boundary. 2. The political reforms in BE 2435 were considered as the beginning of Siamese political development. The political structure was divided into three main parts, namely the legislation, the administration, and the jurisdiction. The Reformation had modernized the system of government of the kingdom. Furthermore, King Rama V reformed the status of the commoners and slaves in the society. He abolished slavery and terminated the Kovi system. Pride. He started formal education system, resulting in the development of human resource, which was a very important factor for future political and national developments. 3. The change of regional administrative system. By trying to transfer all the power to the central body of the government had caused revolts in the outer cities of the kingdom. As the local rulers had enjoyed full authority and privileges as local kings, they did not want to lose those privileges. For example, there was the Nghiao rebellion in Phra. However, those rebellions were all eventually suppressed. The politics and administration during the reign of King Rama VI. The introduction of formal education and social reforms during the reign of King Chulalongkorn had created a new group of Siamese people who were excited to play more significant roles in politics and wanted a constitution to be the highest law of the state. After King Wachirawut, King Rama VI was enthroned as a new king. There was a small group of military officers and commoners who plot to revolutionize in order to decrease the absolute power of the monarch. They want a monarch to be under the constitution. The leader of the revolt were Army Captain Khun Thoi Han Pitak Leng Si Jan, Major Luang Pikanate Pasit At Hasitwait, and Second Lieutenant Jua Sila. They were suppressed and arrested before they could have taken any action. This action was known as the Palace Revolt of the Ratanakosin era 130. King Wachirawut then allowed the freedom of the press. The media was allowed to criticize the behaviors and works of the government, leaders, and bureaucrats. and to make suggestions to the problems. The king also founded a model town called Dusit Thani as an experiment model so that bureaucrats could learn about the functions of democracy. The Siamese revolutions of BE 2475. The democratic development of Siam had gradually started from the reign of King Chulalongkorn BE 2411 to 2453, when King Prachadipok succeeded the throne in BE 2468. He established the Supreme Council of the State of Siam, serving as his counselors in the state matters. He ordered the council to reorganize the local administrative system, changing from the concept of sanitary districts to municipalities. King Prachadipok had willed Siam as a democratic state. He appointed Paya Si Visanwaja, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at the time, and Mr. Raymond B. Stevens, the counselor of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to form a committee drafting the Siamese constitution. However, they both felt that Siam was not ready for a democratic form of government. The reasons were summarized as follows. 1. Theoretically, Siam was governed under the system of absolute monarchy. Practically, democracy was practiced for some extent. 2. Even though having a constitution and a parliamentary form of government was inevitable, it should not be implemented hastily, since the majority of people were uneducated and did not have enough understanding and experiences of democracy. More preparations were needed first. 3. The pressing economic problems needed much more urgent action to rectify the financial crisis facing the country at the time. Therefore, the democratic reformation was not the priority of the government. For the above reasons, King Prachadipok's wishes for providing Siamese constitution were rejected. However, on June 24, BE 2475, a group of educated officers who called themselves as the People's Party, Kana Ratsadon, staged a revolution ending the absolute monarchy. The causes led to the Siamese Revolution of BE 2475. The Siamese Revolution of BE 2475 was the result of the political and social transformation and modernization of the Siamese society. It started during the King Rama IV's reign and was accelerated by the administrative reformations during the reign of King Rama V. Siam became a modern nation-state along the concept of Western nation. The idea of democracy had been widely spread into groups of the intellectuals. It forced a drastic shift in the Siamese society. There were several main reasons that led to the Siamese Revolution of BE 2475 as follows. 1. Since the reign of King Mongkut, there were transformations in political, economic, and social agenda, respectively, which were forced by Western influences in the Siamese society. 2. The revolutionist leaders were in person conflicts with some members of the royal family. They were unhappy that the member of the royal family always had more political power and received higher political appointments. 3. The problems were compounded by the financial instability of Siam during the Great Depression, which affected the whole world. The absolute monarchical government of King Prachadipok was not able to solve the political and economic issues, even though he tried to cut government expenditures, for example, by canceling some of the governmental projects, reducing the number of officials, canceling the annual salary increase, reducing the amount of privy purse, and decreasing increasing the amount of civil servants' yearly salary. He even issued a national bond and devalued the Thai baht. The People's Party, the ones who brought the administrative change. The People's Party was a group of intellectuals who had studied in the Western democratic countries. They believed that the absolute monarchic system was obsolete and unable to bring developments and prosperity to the country as a whole, as did in many Western nations. After their graduations, they returned to Siam to work as governmental bureaucrats. One of the prominent leaders of the People's Party was Pridi Phanomyong, also known as Luang Pradit Manutham. He was joined by various groups of high-ranking military officers and lower-ranking civilian officers in plotting the revolution. The effects toward politics, administration, society, and economy. The Siamese Revolution of BE 2475 had totally shifted the power structure of the nation. The decision-making power that was formerly in the hand of one person was given to all citizens as a whole. Therefore, there were needs to form new political institutions to help the masses exercising their newly found political rights that had been decreed by the Constitution as follows. 1. The monarchical institution. The monarchical institution no longer held the absolute power in decision-making. Now, its power has been limited under the national constitution. 2. The National Assembly of Siam. As a result of the successful revolution, this was a new institution created by the People's Party in order to serve as the legislative branch of government. The power of the people was exercised by the parliament in the form of laws and acts of legislation. This power was formerly held by only the kings. During the assembly meeting, the president of the National Assembly would be elected from assembly representatives. For example, เจ้าพระยาธรรมศักดิ์มนตรี and Major General พระยาอินทรวิชิต were selected as the president and vice president of the assembly respectively. The assembly representatives were appointed by the People's Party, and more than half of those representatives were still active members of the People's Party. In other words, assembly representatives were not elected by the masses. Therefore, the decision-making power was not given to the majority of people, but rather falling in the hand of a minority, which was against the wish of King Prachatipo. 3. The People's Committee of Siam. The assembly selected พระยามโนปกรณ์นิติธาดา to be the president of the People's Committee of Siam. The People's Party chose him because he was the one who could get the cooperation from senior bureaucrats. After the president and 14 committees were appointed, King Prachatipo appointed a new assembly of ministers for all ministries. Therefore, those people became the administrative branch of the Siamese government. 4. The Court of Law. This particular political institution was responsible for ensuring rights and liberty of Siamese people. Since the People's Party consisting of military personnel, civil officers, and ordinary people successfully managed to change the form of government on June 24, BE 2475. This transformed Siam that had been ruled by absolute monarchs for almost 600 years into a new democratic political system, with the king being the ceremonial chief of state. 1. พระยามโนปกรณ์นิติธาดา Term of office June 28th BE 2475 to December 10th BE 2475 Order of office First term of office December 10th BE 2475 to March 30th BE 2476 Order of office Second term of office April 1st BE 2476 to June 20th BE 2476 Order of office Third 2 Colonel พระยาพระหลพลพยุหเสนา Term of office June 21st BE 2476 to December 15th BE 2476 Order of office Fourth term of office December 16th BE 2476 to September 21st BE 2477 Order of office Fifth term of office September 22nd BE 2477 to August 8th BE 2480 Order of office Sixth term of office August 9th BE 2480 to December 20th BE 2480 Order of office 7 term of office December 21st BE 2480 to December 15th BE 2481 Order of office 8 3. Field Marshal แปลกพิบูลสงคราม Term of office December 16 BE 2481 to March 6 BE 2485 Order of office 9. Term of office March 7 BE 2485 to July 31st BE 2487 Order of office 10. Term of office April 8th BE 2491 to June 24th BE 2492 Order of office 21st Term of office June 25th BE 2492 to November 28th BE 2494 Order of office 22nd Term of office November 29th BE 2494 November 29th BE 2494 to December 5th BE 2494 Order of office 23rd Term of office December 6th BE 2494 to March 23rd BE 2495 Order of office 24th Term of office March 24th BE 2495 to March 20 BE 2500 Order of office 25th March 21st BE 2500 to September 16th BE 2500 Order of office 26 4. Major Kwang Apaywong Term of office August 1st BE 2487 to August 30th BE 2488 Order of office 11 Term of office January 31st BE 2489 to March 23rd BE 2489 Order of office 14th Term of office November 10th BE 2490 to February 20th BE 2491 Order of office 19 Term of office February 21st BE 2490 to April 7th BE 2491 Order of office 25 Tawi Punyagate Term of office August 31st BE 2480 to September 16 September 16th BE 2488 Order of Office 12 6 หม่อมราชวงศ์เสนีปราโมท Term of Office September 17 BE 2488 to July 30th BE 2489 Order of Office 13 Term of Office February 15 BE 2518 to March 13 BE 2519 Order of Office 35th Term of Office April 20 BE 2519 to September 24 2519 Order of Office 37 Term of Office September 25 BE 2519 to October 6 BE 2519 Order of Office 38 7 Bridi Phanom Yong Term of Office March 24th BE 2489 to June 10 BE 2489 Orders of Office 15th Term of Office June 11 BE 2489 to August 22nd BE 2489 Order of Office 16 8. Rear Admiral Tawan Thamrong Nawa Sawat Term of Office August 23rd BE 2489 to May 29th BE 2490 Order of Office 17th Term of Office May 30th BE 2490 to November 8th BE 2490 Order of Office 18 9. Port Sarasin Term of Office June 21st BE 2500 to December 31st BE 2500 Order of Office 27th 10 Field Marshal Thanom Kittikhajon Term of Office January 1st BE 2501 to October 20th BE 2501 Order of Office 28 December 9th BE 2506 to March 6th BE 2512 Order of Office 30th Term of Office March 7th BE 1512 to November 16th BE 2514 Order of Office 31st Term of Office December 18th BE 2515 to October 13th BE 2516 Order of Office 32nd 11. Field Marshal Sarit Thanarat Term of Office February 9th BE 2502 December 8th BE 2506 Term of Office February 9th BE 2502 to December 8th BE 2506 Order of Office 29 12. Sanya Thammasak Term of Office October 14th BE 2516 to May 26th BE 2517 Order of Office 33 Order of Office 33rd Term of Office May 27th BE 2517 to 14th February BE 2518 Order of Office 34th 13 หม่อมราชวงศ์คึกฤทธิ์ปราโมท Term of Office March 14 BE 2518 to April 19 BE 2519 Order of Office 36 14 Thanin Graivishian Term of Office October 22nd BE 2519 to October 20th BE 2520 Order of Office 39 15 General Greensak Shama Somanan, term of office, November 11th, BE 2520 to May 11th, BE 2522. Order of office, 4 days. Term of office, May 12th, BE 2522 to March 2nd, BE 2523. Order of office, 41st, 16. Prem Tinsulanon, term of office, March 3rd, BE 2523 to April 29th, BE 2526. Order of office, 42nd. Term of office, April 30th, BE 2526 to August 4th, BE 2529. Order of office, 43rd. Term of office, August 5th, BE 2529 to April 3rd, BE 2531. Order of office, 44th. 17. General Shatai Chunhawan, term of office, August 4th, BE 2531 to December 8th, BE 2533. Order of office, 45th. Term of office, December 9th, BE 2533 to February 23rd, BE 2534. Order of office, 46th. 18. Anand Panyarachun, term of office, March 2nd, BE 2534 to April 6th, BE 2535. Order of office, 47th. Term of office, June 10th, BE 2535 to September 22nd, BE 2535. Order of office, 49. 19. General Sujinda Krapayun, term of office, April 7th, BE 2535 to June 9th, BE 2535. Order of office, 48th. 20. Chuan Lik Pai, term of office, September 23rd, BE 2535 to July 12th, BE 2538. Order of office, 50. Term of office, November 9th, BE 2540 to February 8th, BE 2544. Order of office, 53rd. 21. Banhan Silapa Acha, term of office, July 13th, BE 2538 to November 24th, BE 2539. Order of office, 51st. 22. General Shawalit Yongchayut, term of office, November 25th, BE 2539 to November 8th, BE 2540. Order of office, 52nd. 23. Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Thaksin Chinawat, term of office, February 17th, BE 2544 to March 10th, BE 2548. Order of office, 54. Term of office, March 11th, BE 2548 to September 19th, BE 2549. Order of office, 55th. 24. General Surayut Julanon, term of office, October 1st, BE 2549 to February 6th, BE 2551. Order of office, 56. 25. Samak Suntoravet, term of office, February 6th, BE 2551 to September 8th, BE 2551. Order of office, 57. 26. Somchai Bongsawat, term of office, September 24th, BE 2551 to December 2nd, BE 2551. Order of office, 58. 27. Apisit Wechashiwa, term of office, December 20th, BE 2551 to August 8th, BE 2554. Order of office, 59. 28. Yinglak Chinnawat, Term of office August 8th BE 2554 to May 7th BE 2557 Order of office 60th 29 General Prayut Chan-o-cha Term of office August 24th BE 2557 to present Order of office 61st Politics and administration developments of democracy in the Thai society. The Siamese Revolution of BE 2475 was the start of the history Thailand governed under democracy. However, the progress has been made slowly and continuously. There were several new things that had been formed, including the parliament, the constitution, the national election, and new schools of thought in politics. After the Siamese Revolution of BE 2475, the military institution became a very powerful institution and occupied important roles in politics. The important military leader at the time was Field Marshal Black Pibun Songkram, also known simply as Pibun, who was an important member of the People's Party. He later became the parliamentary prime minister of Siam in BE 2481. From the year BE 2481 onwards, the Thai governments had occupied all important military positions, making the military governments an absolute holder of political power. As a result, this helped Pibun to gain absolute power as he led the country into World War II. BE 2484 to 2488 by allying with the Axis power and then declare war against Great Britain and the United States. The government actions of leading the country into war and allying with Imperial Japan were opposed by some educated Thai elites. The underground movement in the country was led by Pridi Phanomyong, while Thai students and officials in Great Britain and the United States were directed by Mom Rachawong Seni Pramod, the Thai ambassador in Washington, D.C. at the time. The movement in foreign country was called the Free Thai Movement. Both movements took actions to support the Allied power in the war against Imperial Japan. After World War II ended, Thai society as a whole was more conscious of politics. The success of the Free Thai movement held Thailand from the stigma of being a loser in the war and the repercussion it would have caused. As a result, Pridi Phanomyong and members of a Free Thai movement received more political power. Some of them even later became Prime Minister of Thailand. Field Marshal Phin Chunhawan, however, later staged a coup d'etat and claimed that the honor of Thai military institution was oppressed by the civilian government and that the government was unable to solve the economic problem and poverty. Field Marshal Phin Chunhawan then appointed Pibun as a new prime minister. BE 2490 to 2500. Consequently, Pibun successfully regained his political power once again. The Pibun government was later overthrown by political unrest stated by university students and citizens. His government was accused of electoral fraud. Field Marshal Sarit Thanarat staged a coup overthrowing Pibun. He later became the Prime Minister of Thailand between BE 2502 and BE 2506. The military government terminated the parliamentary administration by legalizing an act of legislation annulling the Political Party Act of BE 2498 and ordered the abolishment of the House of Representatives as well as the cabinet. Newspapers were scrutinized and controlled. Political gatherings were prohibited bet that a prime minister was given an absolute power so that he could order the execution and imprisonment of any individual in according to Article 17 of the Interim Constitution of Thailand, BE 2502, on the pretext of national security. Even after the demise of Field Marshal Sarit Thanarat, the military government still controlled the entire nation. This caused a great deal of dissatisfaction among intellectuals, middle-class citizens, and members of political parties. They investigated, scrutinized, and verbally attacked the works and actions of the government all the time. There were many protests demanding a democratic constitution and the elected civilian rule. The events led to some of the important political movements in the country as follows. The uprising of October 14, BE 2516, was one of the most significant political movements of Thai intellectuals and middle-class citizens. The movement was led by university students in order to oust the military juntas who has been taking control of the country for more than a decade. The main reason that led to this event was that about 100 protesters, consisting of university students, leaders, university lecturers, politicians, as well as journalists joined together to sign a proclamation demanding the democratic constitution. Some of the movement's leaders were arrested by the police force while distributing newspapers and leaflets, causing the opposing movement by students from every university across the country. As a result, the resistance movement demanding the democratic constitution grew into a massive uprising consisting of more than 100,000 protesters walking on the streets. They demanded the resignation of Field Marshal Thanom Kittikachorn and Field Marshal Praphat Darusathian. The event of October 14, BE 2516, led to the violent confrontation between street protesters versus police and military force, resulting in a large number of casualties and injured people. พระบาทสมเด็จพระปรมินทรามหาภูมิพลอดุลยเดช had to intervene to stop the violence. The events of October 6, BE 2519 took place due to the ideological split after the events of October 14, BE 2516 between those who supported the university student movement and those who opposed the student movement. After the event of October 14, BE 2516, those university students turned to support such groups as farmers and laborers, leading to frequent street protests from BE 2517 onward. The Thai society was divided into main factions, the left-wing socialists and the right-wing conservatives. The ideological conflict became violent and bloody on October 6, BE 2519, when the military arrested protesting students claiming that they were causing unrest. The military then toppled the civilian government of Mom Ratchawong Seni Pramod. After the bloody events of October 6, BE 2519, the right-wing conservatives formed a government. However, the government was quickly overthrown within less than a year by military juntas staging a coup on October 20, BE 2520. They appointed General Gringsakh Shamanan as the new Prime Minister of Thailand. The new government readjusted its policies and moved closer toward the ideology of liberal democracy, and the political tension was gradually lessened because of that. The event of Black May, BE 2535, the development of democracy of Thailand under an electoral government had continuously progressed up until BE 2534 as a group of military juntas who called themselves as the National Peacekeeping Council (NPKC) overthrew the civilian government by claiming that the government was full of corruption. The coup had interrupted the progress of democracy by abolishing the constitution. BE 2521, General Suchinda Krapayun was appointed as the new prime minister. Consequently, the middle class and intellectuals came out to protest, opposing how the military institution took over the political power. The end result was vast civil unrest in the streets of Bangkok and massive loss of lives. Between May 19 and 20th, BE 2535, the event was later called as the Black May. The unrest was stopped and the city became calm once again, with the generosity of King Rama IX giving the royal advice to both sides of the conflict to reconcile. Most of the latter electoral governments were elected by Thai people. However, the ideological conflicts among Thai people had intensified. As a result, General Sonthi Bunyaratkarin, the commander-in-chief of the Royal Thai Army at the time, staggered a coup d'etat and invited General Surayut Chulanon to be the new prime minister, and he accepted the job. Later, elections were held for several times, and electoral governments returned to govern the country once more. However, the political conflicts in the Thai society did not stop, nor be able to reconcile, leading to another coup on May 22nd, BE 2557. The coup d'etat of May 22nd, BE 2557, the National Council for Peace and Order (NCPO) successfully staged a coup d'etat and temporarily repealed the Constitution of BE 2550 on all matters, excluding the section on the monarchy, judiciary, and independent agencies. Later, the NCPO proposed the so-called three-phase roadmap, aiming to reconcile the entire nation from political conflicts. The first phase focused on reconciliation. The second phase was to use the temporary constitution to select the new prime minister and full members of the cabinet. The third phase aimed to hold national elections. General Prayut Chan-o-cha, the head of NCPO, was unanimously elected by the National Legislative Assembly with 191 votes from the total of 194 members as the new Prime Minister of Thailand.